So really quickly, you're from Vimeo,
I am.
and you have a product that is basically a bespoke OTT SVOD. It doesn't have to be SVOD, but it's a bespoke OTT that is add, water, and stir for a publisher who has a lot of IP,
Yes.
or a creator who has a lot of IP,
Yep.
and in either case wants to monetize it. And so the creator or the publisher comes in and just plugs into your system, and you distribute it. Did I get that correctly?
You got it correctly.
Okay, we don't need to talk to you anymore. Bruno, no, I'm kidding. Why did Vimeo get into this business?
Yeah, so
What's the advantage for a publisher using your white label product versus building it themselves?
we just recently launched Vimeo streaming in April, and that is our it's a repositioning and investment into our OTT offering. So it's our commitment to creators, like you just said, as well as content businesses across all verticals, to allow them to have power and control and that direct relationship with their audience while launching a massive streaming platform. So they're able to do what they do best, worry about the content, and then lean on us for the tech aspect of it.
Yeah, we talked about this. I was on stage with Yeet from Merzigo earlier today, and we talked about the ability to plug into scale. You know what I mean? Even for big publishers, if you own a lot of large library of content, to build a piece of tech that continues to iterate and test and learn, that's hard enough as it is. But when you have as many video plugins as you have so much more data. So you're understanding what's happening in real time. That is an advantage for a publisher who might think about building something themselves.
Exactly, and I have a lot of experience in this area coming from a platform that was hell-bent on building a custom solution.
Which was that?
College Humor. And then we did that.
Everybody here know what College Humor? Everybody here remember College Humor? Actually, because it's kind of migrated from the brand. Okay. All right, so you were at College Humor, right?
I was at College Humor. We wanted to explore expanding into additional revenue streams. We didn't want to be beholden to social media algorithms, and we really wanted to own the relationship with the customer. And I worked on the ad-supported side of the business. We got investment to launch an SVOD OTT platform. We had a lot of requirements around customization and the ability to have certain features.
So this is what became Dropout, right?
Exactly. So we launched Dropout on a custom solution, massive 200-person team, crazy overhead. In-house. And it's just so much liability. The economics don't work. So what was left of that platform once we departed our big tech holding company, IAC, was migrated over to our Vimeo streaming solution and what it is today. And
so just to be clear,
yes,
you were at College Humor.
Yep.
Then you went and worked on College Dropout.
Well, I migrated. I moved over to Vimeo OTT because when Dropout migrated over to Vimeo OTT, Vimeo streaming, they didn't have a need for a 200-person team. So I luckily found.
That's when you made the leap over.
Exactly.
And then so they went from this very hand-stitched, precious little product to plugging into your white label that was tailored to their needs.
Yes.
And it was a much easier experience.
Exactly. So it's a leaner team running an even bigger business, and it allows them to focus on creating content and doing what they do best and not having to worry about the tech. They lean on us for the tech.
And what is their model? I mean, not to break any confidence, you can go on and look at their app right now. It's a mix of pay and ads, or is
No, so it's SVOD, and they are just absolutely crushing it. It's an incredible case study to have a look at. They recently started doing in-person events. They just sold out Madison Square Garden doing tabletop role play games.
Did you hear that? Have you tracked this migration or this transformation of College Humor into Dropout? If you haven't, you need to look at it, because it is the story of transformation of kind of old school thinking around digital into what the current state is today.
Exactly, and then continuing to maintain their control and power, and they have that direct relationship with their audience, which they didn't have when they were distributing across social platforms.
And they also distribute heavily on social video to market the paid
complement
service. Yeah,
exactly.
It pays well.
And both can exist.
How vibrant is the back office for the end user here? How much? So is it an amusement park ride where you have no control and you're just kind of on the tracks and going over the hills and valleys and you don't know what comes next, or do they have hands on the accelerator and eyes on the dashboard on a regular basis?
So I'm so glad that you asked. So in the launch of our Vimeo streaming product, we're focused on 5 key pillars. So that's around the flexible monetization, which we just talked about, SVOD. We also support AVOD, TVOD. sponsorship, etc. App platform ability, high quality streaming, which is a no-brainer, security and protection around DRM and geo-blocking for global businesses, and then a really important piece that we have been hearing from our partners for years around them craving more data and insights. So enter into our partner over here, Bruno from NPAW, which is the reason why I guess I can say that the back office is an amusement park and an amazing upgrade to the platform to give our partners the data that they need to make informed decisions for their business.
So this is a plug-and-play solution for publishers and creators,
Exactly.
right? And I think the thing that is frustrating, I mentioned this around FAST earlier today. I had the inventor of the term FAST, Alan Woke, on stage or in the audience when I said this. I said the data around FAST sucks. Let's all agree, it's shitty.
We were team content over here, just so you know.
And people want access to their data on the performance of their library, and they're not getting it in most of these places. And so one of the things that you want to provide is a really good dashboard for all your users and a really plug-and-play solution. You've partnered with, I can't help but call you nice people at work because it's the greatest.
The nicest. It
Please
really
keep
is.
doing it.
I wanted to bring it up, but I'm glad that you did.
Yeah, so NPAW. And just, Bruno, we've had this conversation before, but let's get into it here a little bit. What is NPAW and what do you do, just so we understand why this partnership makes any sense?
Yeah, so we have been doing video intelligence or data intelligence for video businesses for 20 years almost. So we have learned from all the use cases around the globe. We have like 250 customers from big broadcasters, big telcos, big OTT platforms, and so on. So we have built a set of solutions to understand the engagement, users' experience, or the whole digital experience on a video platform, from users logging in, trying to find content, the satisfaction, engaging, binging, their preferences, how to offer recommendations, how to support the content discovery. So the whole user journey, so encapsulated in one solution. And our main market, we were marketing for the top OTT platforms and so on. And the creators market was especially inaccessible for us. So this partnership makes a lot of sense. We get in contact with these new use cases. We can offer this top-level analytics for people that don't even imagine that this is possible. So it's been very, very passionate, to be honest, to get in contact with those guys, to say, hey, can I really do this? Can I really see that? Can I really understand this? So it's on that. So it makes a lot of sense.
Even while we're here in Denver, we've already met with a handful of our partners, and they're just floored and so excited about this upgrade and investment to the platform. So we're really excited for what's to come.
Yeah, I think that's crucial. I talked about a flywheel earlier and looking at your IP on all the levels. And you talked about College Dropout doing live. They sold out Madison Square Garden, right? And I think some of the small players, even when I worked with a public media company who shall go nameless, who insisted on building it all in-house. This is public media, on a public media budget, because of control, right? And I think what this product does is, in a short period of time, the ramp up. So what's the on-ramp to start your own OTT channel with your product?
We have an incredibly fast speed to market. We can be live within 60 to 90 days. That means
60
building,
to 90 days,
and that's
assuming
on
your
apps.
content's in good shape, right?
Yeah, but that's also like publishing apps on iOS, Google, and every
And QAing
CTV.
and all that other bullshit that everybody hates.
Yeah, and you still maintain that direct relationship. You set up the relationship with each app platform. It's your developer account. We go in as your tech partner and we build and then continue to maintain in those respective app platforms. We also stay compliant. Like, obviously running a subscription platform, there's so many nuances, there's so many legal developments that you need to continue to stay compliant globally. Vimeo handles all of that. So.
Right, and has been doing it,
Exactly.
for decades now. But also, the question is, how can they even compete? How can these small players, so they get their OTT launched, now they have all these apps on all these different devices, how do they compete? The level of granularity, so there's this thing, we talk about plugging into scale. That's what we talked about Yeet with Merzigo. Bedrock is going to be on stage in a couple minutes. They have a scalable back engine streaming product. Your product allows to plug into machine learning from all over the world, many products, at a level of granularity that allows you to improve your marketing in real time. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, correct. And for us, so one of the things that we do a lot is to support decision making and adjustments of strategies for video businesses. And for especially for those guys, they're like skyrocketing, so they're like going top speed, and they need to adapt pretty quickly. So to have this granularity, understanding all the segments that they have, how to support all the onboarding that they're having for new users, what's working, what's not, what to insist, what to give up on, and so on. So all that information, it's super valid. So
Yeah, I mean, if you find a marketing channel, let's say you find that you're getting a ton of pickup of your apps from Android, but you're not seeing the retention. They're churning out or they're not using it.
yeah,
You need to know that because it enables you to move your marketing money from one channel to the next. And
Yep.
you want to see that and regulate, basically, you want to be able to, the power of digital marketing is that you can change it minute by minute. And so you need a dashboard that can give you that. No way any publisher on their own
yeah,
is going to be able to build the level of granularity dashboard that you guys, because of the amount of learning you have, the amount of data you have.
yes, yes. And
I want to talk. I mentioned a case study earlier today. A basically old school producer, World of Wonder, who produces RuPaul Drag Race and a ton of other really great landmark shows over the years.
Incredible creatives,
But really, an old school production company. When you think about it, they make programs and basically they sell them at a profit to platforms.
Yeah.
But they started their direct to consumer relationship, their community management, decades ago.
Yep.
Around the launch of RuPaul, and they have their own OTT with you,
Yes,
too, right?
exactly. So their platform is called WoW Presents Plus. They're powered by Vimeo streaming. They have an incredibly successful global business. They talk a lot about glocalization with a G, glocalization. I've never heard that term before.
Yeah, I have. From you.
So really, their focus is on bringing local content global. So back in the day, they had an issue doing that, but with the tools that we provide on Vimeo streaming, they're able to get the content, they're able to get content to the people that want to see it in the different regions. So it's awesome, and they still have like massive community, direct relationship with their audience, and they're able to continue to grow that super fandom, which they don't have when they're distributing across other platforms.
So this is a production company. They make reality contestant shows, right? They make RuPaul. They control the rights to that around the world. They have this direct relationship, but because they have this great flywheel of marketing, they control their fandom.
Exactly. It's a large ecosystem, and we're just honored and privileged to be a piece of it, to power it.
And when they plug into the Vimeo product, they get interesting data points like, hey, this show is popping in Southeast Asia. Perhaps we should think about localizing it more for that territory.
Right.
And then you can also see what are some of the other what are some of the best practices around metrics to look for. If you're a publisher, you're not Netflix, you don't have that kind of scale of content. What is a good indication of a healthy user base?
yeah. So come from basic stuff like stickiness. So how we're being able to retain the audience and with good engagement. Like it's not really only having people, coming to the platform, but watching content, watching through the end, showing signs of satisfaction, like binging in the same section.
Why someone came to the platform.
As well.
Yeah.
In the last, I don't know, were you here for the debate?
Yeah. Team content.
Yeah. John brought up the fact that people think that they're finishing. Can you see like an ennui? Can you see kind of like, I'm looking for stuff, but I can't find anything? Can you see that in the data?
Yes, absolutely. So we track like, it's part of this solution. So we can track if people are coming to the platform, searching for things that you don't have in the catalog. We can track levels of saturation of the content. So your content catalog, so for your different segments. So for this segment, they have watched 80% of what's interesting for them. So if you want to serve this segment, you need to produce or buy things for this segment, for this other. So this type of understanding of your product and your consumers, so it's the essential metrics, I would say. It's more on why people are coming to the platform, why people are watching, why are they staying, more than just numbers on number of plays, number of views. So it doesn't say a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have content, whether you're a creator or a publisher, I mean, you can really, and you're thinking, well, this is too much work, this is too much investment. You're talking about a 90-day curve to get the back office of one of the biggest streaming platforms in the world.
Yeah.
And one of the best dashboards that you're going to get anywhere on streaming, I think.
And the nicest people.
Yeah, there you go. And you're right, there you go. Thank you so much. This was really super interesting. I hope you had a good time. Thanks, everybody. Let's thank everybody for.
Thank you.